Hi guys! Welcome sa enginerdmath channel. Sa video na to ay tuturo ko sa inyo ang converting rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates and vice versa. So kung gusto niyo itong matutunan, just keep on watching. Okay, so this time ay tuturo ko naman sa inyo ang converting rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates and vice versa. So, meron na akong previous video about introduction sa polar coordinates kung saan dinescribe ko kung ano ba ang polar coordinate system at kung paano ito i-plot. So, ngayon is hahanapin natin yung relationship ng polar coordinate system sa rectangular coordinate system. At magko-convert tayo ng isang point sa rectangular coordinate system to polar coordinate system and vice versa. Okay? So, derive natin yung mga formulang gagamitin. So, suppose meron tayong xy plane dito, x and y axis. And then, sinuperimpose natin dito yung polar coordinate system sa meron tayong polar axis. So, pareho silang may origin dito, designated by point O. So, kung meron tayong rectangular coordinate point na P with x, y, so ito yung point na yon, as well as itong point P is lalagyan natin ng corresponding polar coordinate r, theta. So, kung ito-draw natin yung figure, ito yung ating point P, right? So, nakabuo tayo ng segment OP with angle theta as a direction ng polar coordinate. As well as, pwede rin tayong makabuo ng right triangle. So, itong right triangle na to with legs x unit at y unit at yung hypotenuse ay ito pa ring OP. So, yung dimension nitong OP is r, right? Base dun sa definition ng polar coordinate. Okay? So, ngayon, i-derive natin yung relationship. So, referring dito sa right triangle na to, so, applying trigonometry, pwede nating makuha yung sine nung theta as what? Opposite over hypotenuse, right? So, therefore, opposite sa theta is y over hypotenuse is r. Such that, when you cross-multiply r, y is equal to r sine theta. So, kapag kinuha naman natin yung cosine theta, equal siya sa adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So, adjacent sa theta is x over hypotenuse is r. When you solve for x, cross-multiply si r, x is equal to r cos theta. And then, makukuha natin itong theta using inverse tangent. So, tangent theta kasi is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, y over x. Therefore, theta is arctangent of y over x. Okay? And then, itong r, using Pythagorean theorem in terms of x at y, equal siya sa r equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. So, ito yung mga formula na gagamitin natin sa pag-convert ng rectangular coordinate to polar coordinate and vice versa. Okay? Next. So, dahil meron nga tayong kino-consider na quadrant sa rectangular coordinate system, magkakaroon tayo ng iba't ibang value nung theta pag kinonvert natin sa polar coordinate. Kasi nagro-rotate dun siya sa rectangular coordinate system, right? Up to 360 degree. And it repeats every 2 pi or 360 degree. So, therefore, dumadaan siya sa iba't ibang quadrant. So, ito yung mga formula natin for specific r and theta sa iba't ibang quadrant. So, take note, ang ginamit ko ditong range is for r is greater than or equal to 0 at yung theta natin is in between 0 and 2 pi. Kasi usually yung ating principal angle sa polar coordinates is in between negative pi to pi. Pero ngayon, gamitin ko na lang for simplicity is itong reference. So, pwede nyo rin naman i-convert sa other coterminal angle itong mga theta nito dito sa formula. Base sa concept ng coterminal angle sa trigonometry. Okay? So, apply nyo lang itong mga formula na to. For quadrant 1, ito yung r natin, tsaka yung theta. For quadrant 2, ito yung r natin, tsaka theta. For quadrant 3, ito yung r natin, tsaka theta. For quadrant 4, ito yung r natin, tsaka theta. So, take note, mahalaga yung sign ng x at y or even yung angle ng polar coordinates kapag nagko-convert tayo ng one coordinate system to another. Okay? So, para ma-illustrate natin yung pag-convert ng coordinates from rectangular to polar and vice versa, ay mag-solve tayo ng examples. For the first one, we have convert square root of 3, 3 to polar coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong x is equal to square root of 3 and then y is equal to 3 for the point square root of 3, 3 in rectangular. So, convert natin siya into polar. So, mapapansin nyo, dahil parang positive si x at y, nasa first quadrant siya. So, yung r muna natin is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So, square root of, so, x is square root of 3, then square plus y is 3, square. So, ilan to? Square root of 3 square is 3, plus 3 square is 9. So, equal to sa square root of 12, or square root of 4 times 3. So lalabas si 4, so magiging 2 square root of 3. Or approximately, using calculator, 3.46. So, yan si R. And para makuha si theta for the first quadrant is simply arctan of y over x. So, we have arctan of y is 3 over x is square root of 3. So, using calculator, ano yan? 60 degree. Or, in radian, multiply natin tong 60 degree by pi over 180 degree equal siya sa pi over 3. So, therefore, yung polar coordinate for square root of 3, 3 is r 2 square root of 3, pi over 3. So, kung ipa-plot natin to, pareho in rectangular at polar coordinates. So, y-axis, x-axis, and ito si polar axis. Ito si origin. So, yung square root of 3, 3 is, square root of 3 is approximately 1.7. So, 1.73, 3. So, 1, then 2, so approximately here. And then 3. 1, 2, 3 dito. So, ito yung, let's say, point P, square root of 3, 3. And at the same time, yung polar coordinate sa kanya is P with value 2 square root of 3, pi over 3. So, this is the theta, pi over 3. And this is the r, 2 square root of 3. Okay? In quadrant 1. So, aside dito sa ating value na 2 square root of 3, pi over 3, pwede natin i-apply dito yung general form ng polar coordinate para mahanap natin yung ibang set of values para dito sa given polar coordinate na to. Yung p is equal to r, theta plus 2n pi, as well as yung p negative r, theta plus 2n plus 1 pi. So, pwede kayong mag-set ng different values ng n dito para makuha nyo yung iba pang other possible value ng polar coordinate na to, 2 square root of 3, pi over 3. Base din dun sa video ko about introduction to polar coordinates. Okay? Next, we have convert 2, negative 2 to polar coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong point 2, negative 2. So, yung x natin dito is 2. And then, yung y natin dito is negative 2. So, dahil positive si x at negative si y, nasa quadrant 4 tayo. Okay? So, yung theta natin is 2 pi minus arctan of absolute value of y over x. Okay? So, yung r is same pa rin. Square root of x square plus y square. So, r is equal to square root of 2 square plus negative 2 square. R is equal to square root of 4 plus 4, square root of 8, or square root of 4 times 2, or labas si 4, 2 square root of 2. And then, for the theta, substitute natin 2 pi minus arctan of absolute value of y is negative 2 over 2. So, 2 pi minus arctan of negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Tapos, absolute value nun is positive 1. So, using calculator in radian mode, ang makukuha nating value dito is what? 7 pi over 4. So, therefore, yung polar coordinate natin is 2 square root of 2, 7 pi over 4. So, kung ipa-plot natin siya, so, we have y and x-axis, it is 2, negative 2. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, ito. And then, we have, let's say, point P with coordinate 2, negative 2. And then, yung polar coordinate niya is P 2 square root of 2, 7 pi over 4. And then, ito yung angle niya na theta, which is 7 pi over 4. Yung r dito is itong 2 square root of 2. So, pwede kayong mag-assign ulit ng different values of n dun sa same formula na binigay ko dun sa example 1 para magkaroon kayo ng other form nitong polar coordinate na nakuha natin na 2 square root of 2, 7 pi over 4. Okay? Next, we have convert negative 3 square root of 3, 3 to polar coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong x na negative 3 square root of 3 at y na positive 3. So, dahil negative si x at positive si y, nasa quadrant 2 tayo. So, yung theta natin doon, bale, is pi minus arctan of absolute value of y over x. So, kunin muna natin tong theta. So, pi minus arctan of, so y is 3 over x is negative 3 square root of 3. So, we have pi minus arctan of, so cancel dito si 3, negative. So, absolute value of negative 1 over square root of 3 or pi minus arctan. Sa positive na dapat siya, right? Kasi may absolute value. Then, rationalize lang natin. Multiply natin sa square root of 3 over square root of 3. We have square root of 3 over 3. So, using calculator in radian mode, ano yung value ng pi minus arctan square root of 3 over 3? 5/6 pi. Or ilan to in degree? Multiply nyo sa 180 over pi. 150 degree. So, yung r naman is square root of x square plus y square. So, square root of x negative 3 square root of 3 square plus y 3 square is equal to, so distribute si 2. So, negative 3 square is 9 times 3, 27 plus 3 square is 9. So, square root of 27 plus 9 is 36 or square root of 36 is 6. So, therefore, we have the polar coordinates of 6, 5 pi over 6. So, pag plinot natin, so, let's say, we have the point negative 3, square root of 3, 3, right? So, yung negative 3, square root of 3 is approximately negative 5.20. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, lagpas onte, then 3. 1, 2, 3 dito. So, ito si point P, negative 3, square root of 3, 3. And then, ito rin yung magiging coordinate in polar form na 6, 5 pi over 6. So, pag dinraw natin yung segment OP. So, ito yung R na 6. And then, itong theta na to is itong 5 pi over 6. Now, pwede ulit kayong mag-substitute ng value ng n dun sa general form ng polar coordinates para mahanap nyo yung other value na same dito sa nakuha nating polar coordinates na 6, 5 pi over 6. Okay? Next, we have convert negative 5, negative 5 to polar coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong x na negative 5 at y na negative 5. So, dahil parang negative yung x at y coordinate natin, nasa quadrant 3 tayo. So, yung theta natin dyan is pi plus arctan of y over x absolute value. So, substitute natin, theta is pi plus arctan of absolute value of y is negative 5 over x is negative 5. So, pi plus arctan of negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1. Absolute value is still 1. So, using calculator in radian mode, ang makukuha nating data is 5 pi over 4. Or in degree, equal to multiply by 180 over pi, 225 degree. Okay? Yung r naman natin is square root of x square plus y square. So, equal to negative 5 square plus negative 5 square. So, we have 25 plus 25 square root of 50. Square root of 50 is equal to 25 times 2. So, labas si 25, 5 is square root of 2. So, therefore, ang polar coordinate natin is 5 square root of 2, 5 pi over 4. So, pag pinot natin, so the point is at negative 5, negative 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, here. So, let's say point P, negative 5, negative 5. And then, yung polar form niya is 5 square root of 2, 5 pi over 4. So, pag kinonect natin yung segment OP, so, ito si R na 5 square root of 2. And then, ito yung theta natin na 5 pi over 4. So, pwede nyo uling hanapan ng other value itong 5 square root of 2, 5 pi over 4 dun sa general form natin kanina by substituting any integral value doon sa n. Okay? Next, we have convert 4, 3 pi over 4 to rectangular coordinates. Okay, so this time, magko-convert naman tayo ng polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. So, kailangan nating mahanap yung x, y na point. So, di ba ang r natin dito is itong 4, tapos yung theta natin dito is itong 3 pi over 4. So, may formula tayo kanina na x is equal to what? R cosine theta. And y is equal to r sine theta. So, plug in lang natin. So, x is equal to, so r is 4, then cosine theta is 3 pi over 4. So, take note, dapat naka-radian yung calc nyo kapag hinanap nyo itong cosine niya. So, cosine 3 pi over 4 times 4 is what? Negative 2 square root of 2. And then, for y, 4 sine, same theta na 3 pi over 4. So, in radian mode uli, equal siya sa 4 sine 3 pi over 4 is 2 square root of 2. So, therefore, yung rectangular coordinates natin is negative 2 square root of 2, 2 square root of 2. So, ano ba yung 2 square root of 2? Approximately 2.8. So, nasa ang quadrant siya? Negative si x at positive si y. So, quadrant 2. So, plot natin. So, negative 2 square root of 2. So, 2 square root of 2 is 2.8 nga. So, 1, 2, 3. So, around here. Then, 2 square root of 2. So, around here din. So, ito. So, ito si point P with coordinate negative 2 square root of 2, 2 square root of 2. And then, kapag dinraw natin yung polar form, so, r natin is 4. Tapos, yung theta natin is 3 pi over 4. Okay? Next, we have convert 1/2, negative pi over 3 to rectangular coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong r na 1/2 and then meron tayong theta na negative pi over 3. So, hanapin natin yung x, y coordinate. So, x again is r cosine theta, substitute the value, r is 1/2 times cosine, theta is negative pi over 3. So, using calculator in radian mode, anong value ng 1/2 cosine negative pi over 3? 1/4. And then, yung y is r sine theta. So, r is 1/2 times sine, theta is the same, negative pi over 3. So, using calculator again, 1/2 sine of negative pi over 3 in radian mode is negative square root of 3 over 4. So, yung rectangular coordinate natin is 1/4, negative square root of 3 over 4. So, dahil positive si x at negative si y, nasa 4th quadrant tayo. So, pag plinat natin, so 1/4 is 0.25 and negative square root of 3 over 4 using calculator is approximately negative 0.43. So, 0.25. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, approximately here. And the negative square root of 3, 0.43 approximately here. Okay, so this is the point 1/4, negative square root of 3 over 4. So, pag dinaro nyo yung inyong polar coordinate na 1/2 negative pi over 3. So, ito dapat si r na 1/2. And then, dahil negative yung ating theta, ito yung ating magiging value niya. Pi over 3 negative. Okay? Next, we have convert 4, 7 pi over 6 to rectangular coordinates. Okay, so meron tayong r na 4 at meron tayong theta na 7 pi over 6. So, kung natin si x coordinate, we have x is equal to r cosine theta. Substitute, r is 4 times cosine theta is 7 pi over 6. So, using calculator in radian mode uli, ang magiging value natin ni x is negative 2 square root of 3. And then, y is r sine theta. Substitute for sine 7 pi over 6. So, using calculator, ang makukuha nating value dyan is negative 2. So, ang rectangular coordinates natin is negative 2 square root of 3, negative 2. So, dahil pareho silang negative x at negative y, nasa quadrant 3. So, plot natin. So, yung negative 2 square root of 3 is approximately negative 3.46. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, approximately here. And then, negative 2, 1, 2. So, dito. So, ito si point P with coordinate negative 2 square root of 3, negative 2. And then, yung polar form niya is 4, 7 pi over 6. So, pag dinaro natin yung segment OP, so, ito yung R natin na 4. And then, ito yung theta natin na 7 pi over 6. Okay? Okay, so I think that's it for this video, converting rectangular to polar coordinates and vice versa. So, sana ay may natutunan kayo sa video na to at maraming salamat sa panonood.